Hi, this is Francesco Fedele, and I'm going to try and show you how to fill in an area visit report. So first of all, you go to the toastmasters.org website, you click on Leadership Central, and on the menu which appears, you select District Central. It will ask you to log in unless you've already logged in. So I log in with my username and my password, and it will show me the districts to which I have access, which is only one. And here are the things I can do. And I can submit an area governor's club visit report. And this is what it looked like. Okay, so I'm going to enter the visit to the Toastmaster Roma Club, which I did, and I can either put the name here or put in the number of the club. If I don't remember the name of the club, it's probably my best option. So let me write Toastmasters Roma. If I knew directly the number, I could insert the number, of course. And I need to put in a date. I actually visited this club, and do I remember? If I don't remember, I will look up in EasySpeak, and I will remember now that it was on the 19th of May. So, May 19th. Now remember, this uses the US format for days. So you have to put in first the month, then the date, and then the year. Okay, I can click search now, and it will tell me this is Toastmaster Roma. The club number is 1399930. It's that one. Okay, so step one is filling in the first part of my report, which includes the first two criteria from the Moments of Truth: first impression and membership orientation. So first question is first impressions. First impressions are important to club success because guests' positive experience and observation determine if they return and become members. So in this section, consider the questions as they relate to the first impressions. Describe the atmosphere of the meeting. Consider meeting setup, location, friendliness of members. Okay. The meeting is held in a nice, professional looking hotel meeting room. The room is very well laid out with a big U-shaped table and plenty of space for all members. Are guests warmly welcomed when I was there? Yes, there were guests, and yes, they were welcomed. They were given information. They were introduced to other club members, and during the meeting they were actually invited to address the club, and of course they were invited to come back again. What current branded material does the club use? Well, they use the club banner, the agenda. Most of the clubs, if they're using EasySpeak and they print the agendas on EasySpeak, they will have the agenda with the logo. They don't have a guest packet, which is something I should tell them they might want to add. And they don't even have a visitor book, which is something which might be nice to have. They also have very nice signage, some which is from Toastmaster International, and some other signs that they made up on their own with the name of the club, plus there are signs put up by the hotel. What does the club do well? Well, they make guests feel at home. How can the club improve? Let's recommend some specific actions. So one thing they might want to do is prepare a guest package to be given to guests with some information about the club, including membership fees and form. The other thing they might want to do is print name labels for participants and place labels, those labels in front of people telling their name and maybe their affiliation. That would make it even more professional looking. What can the district and I do to help the club improve? That's a difficult one. Well, it would be nice if district could send packets of leaflets from Toastmasters International to each club periodically. Or maybe they could be provided once a year in a certain number, so that the club has something to give out to the guests that come in. What could I do to help the club improve? Well, I can continue to give them my feedback, but can I be more specific? Something which would help them with the first impression. Suggest that they run a post-visit survey on the guests and periodically analyze, collect and analyze that information. So as guests go away, or maybe in the package they are given, it would be nice to put in a link to an online survey which the guests can actually fill. And actually what I could do as area governor, I could prepare such a survey and give it to all the clubs in my area, suggesting they use it, or they use it as a starting point to make their own survey. And maybe I can see if it can be inserted into EasySpeak, or maybe run on a service like SurveyMonkey. And if I can, maybe I could offer clubs to use my own account for that. It should be a service to a club if I can manage to offer it, to help them analyze how the guests have felt and maybe do some changes with regards to that. It would also be important to suggest they insert all guests' EasySpeak. I don't have any more space. Info on EasySpeak. Now I know Toastmaster Roma actually does it. What they might add to that is EasySpeak actually offers space for notes. It would be nice to make notes. The people who have actually spoken to the guest could write down notes about this guest, so that whoever later calls them up and asks them for feedback already sees the notes and maybe adds even more additional notes on that feedback. And that is used to collect information about this guest. This guest is to be considered like a prospective client. And the more info you can collect on a client, the better you can be at selling him the product, which is the membership in our club. Now let's go to membership orientation. Membership orientation. In order to offer members the greatest benefit from the Toastmaster experience, the club must acquaint new members with the Toastmaster education and recognition programs and make members aware of the responsibility to the club and the club's responsibility to the member. Okay, in this section, consider the question as they relate to membership orientation. How does the club orient new members? Consider whether the club has a formal induction ceremony, assigns mentors to new members, discusses the education program, assesses the learning needs of new members, and so on. Well, for what I know, Toastmasters Roma has a formal induction ceremony, assign mentors to new members. Okay, what does the club do well? Obviously, induction ceremony. That's very well done. Mentorship. How can the club improve? Well, there is something I'm not really sure they're doing, but let me write it down. VP could talk with new member, maybe with the VPM participating, and discuss with him her the learning needs, expectations, timeline, when they expect to actually fulfill their learning needs. Are they in for a 6-month very fast journey, or are they in for a slow and nice journey? What are they joining Toastmasters for? Why have they come to the club? And it would be nice to repeat this assessment after a couple of months, including the mentor. Discussion. Okay. Now, how can the district and I help the club improve? Again, not very easy. I can if requested, I can participate in offer to the VP myself as test person in order to test run the evaluation discussion of the learning needs. This means that the VP would use me as a testing ground to try out the evaluation discussion of learning needs. And maybe this could offer guidelines and checklists on initial evaluation. I also need to go on Toastmasters.org website and look up if there is some existing guides that could help on this. I need to check this with my division governor. He might have some good suggestions, or maybe I can talk to the Lieutenant Governor Education. They surely have some experience on this. Make myself a mental note about this. Okay, I'm finished with the first page. I will click Save and Continue. It's a good idea to click Save from time to time because the page actually times out after 60 minutes. And sometimes when you're writing these things and you get into thinking mode, things can take some time, and this timeout can come before you actually realize it, or maybe you are distracted by a phone call or something and you go away, and if you don't save, you're going to lose what you already entered. So you want to do this regularly. I will click Save and Continue so we get to the next page. Okay, step number 2. And here we are talking about fellowship, variety in communication, and program planning and meeting organization. So, fellowship, variety in communication. The club retains members by offering a warm, friendly, and supportive environment that encourages enjoyable learning. In this section, I consider questions that as they relate to fellowship, variety, and communication. And the question is, are meetings made enjoyable? consider whether table topics are creative, how members are supportive of one another, and so on. I would say meetings are usually very interesting with creative table topics, interesting educational sessions, and some fun. It's always nice to have some fun at a meeting. The break halfway through the meeting is a good time for social relationships, as is the post-meeting dinner. How does the club communicate? Well, they use email, EasySpeak, and the website and Facebook page. They also use Twitter, and that's it, I think. How does the club use Toastmaster International website? This is a question that always puzzles me. How are clubs supposed to be using Toastmaster International website? Maybe by going to the brand portal and downloading some material. So, in this sense, the club used some materials from the web portal to make its own signs. Signs should be updated because some of things are a bit old. How do club members participate outside of club meetings? Okay, well, members participate in area, vision, and district contests and conferences. Members also attend inter-club meetings and social activities. Okay, what does the club do well? It has a very nice atmosphere. And the meetings are fun. How could the club improve? Well, add variety by trying out different agendas. For example, move table topic to the start, or try the reverse agenda, do a table topic night or a speech marathon and so on. The website should be kept up to date. And what else? Oh, that's all that comes to my mind. How can I help them to improve? Just they try to develop a club newsletter for members and guests and interested people. Okay, let's try to give some feedback on program planning and meeting organization. When club meetings are carefully planned with well-prepared speakers and useful evaluations, members are able to meet their education goals. So, is the meeting well organized? Yes. Is the meeting productive? Yes. Are meetings held at least monthly? Oh yes, they're holding 3 meetings a month. So. Are agendas provided? Yes. Are all the speeches from the manuals? Definitely yes. Has the club recently conducted a module from the Successful Club series? Yes. Are evaluations effective? Yes. And are evaluations verbal and written? Yes. I've seen evaluators writing on the manuals and not only giving verbal evaluation. Plus, a very nice thing which maybe I should add to the report is that they have this right part of the agenda where they have these small slips of paper where they can write some feedback and give it to the members. And this is not only for the evaluators, but it's for every member to provide feedback to the others. How are meeting roles assigned and carried out? Well, using Easy Speak. What does the club do well? Organize the club meetings very well. How can the club improve? Members could reply to role assignments a bit earlier. Some only reply in the last day before the meeting or even in the morning of the meeting, and this makes the life of the poor VPE a bit more difficult. I would also suggest to use the reserve speaker regularly. Maybe more than one, and use them to fill any role that becomes vacant. I would also suggest Toastmaster of the evening to verify and adapt the agenda as he or she feels needed. it's good when the Toastmaster of the evening is trying out something different or doing things in a different way, but it should be pre-planned and inserted in the agenda and maybe checked with the VP and the president. What can the district and I do to help the club improve? Hard. What can I do? Well, apart from the suggestions I've already given them. Plan, help club realize how important it is to plan ahead. The more you're programming your meetings in advance, the better it is. People get used to the fact that they have to book their speech in time, and people manage to show if they're coming or not a little bit in advance, which helps a lot. So let's save and continue, and let's go to step number 3. Here we have the last 2 factors of moments of truth: membership strength and achievement recognition. So membership strength. When the club has enough members to provide leadership and fill meetings and committee assignments, the member experience is heightened. In this section, consider the question as they relate to membership strength. Does the club have 20 or more members? Yes. Actually, if you are not sure and you want to check, one good place to go is the dashboard of Toastmaster. Dashboards.toastmasters.org. And you enter here either the name of the club or the number, and here is Toastmaster Roma, and I can check that to date they have 27 members. Okay, and they're also President Distinguished. Very good. So yes, they have more than 20 members. How does the club promote membership growth? Consider whether new member sponsors are recognized, if regular membership building program exists, and so on. Well, they acknowledge those members that bring in guests. I've seen them giving a prize once to a member that has been bringing in at least one guest every meeting. What does the club do to retain members? Make sure they happy, satisfied, and that their learning needs are met. These members interested in future leadership role in the district. Well, I have a few ideas here. What else? I can go again to Toastmaster. To EasySpeak and take a look at the club's user list. Here it is. Take some time to load. Okay, back here. What does the club do well in terms of membership strength? Oh yes, one thing which I haven't put here, they run a Christmas offer for new members, or to offer membership as a present. Creative ways to bring in new members have been tried and have offered some good success. Members tend to stay in the club. One thing I would recommend is do some statistical analysis on membership. And maybe the district could help by providing some pre-analyzed data. Based on the records. Or maybe EasySpeak could have such functions. And in fact, it already has some interesting functions to look at membership. I don't know if you ever noticed, but in EasySpeak you have club charts. And one interesting chart is the participation chart, which shows how many times people have attended and what they have done, if they had a role in the meeting or if they just came to the meeting without any role, and when they were not present or when they had said they would come and then they did not show up, like for example in some cases here. So this could be interesting to see, and it not only shows data in the past, it also shows what is planned in the future. Other suggestions are to run additional membership campaigns and offer prizes to members bringing in new members and guests. Okay, achievement recognition. The club motivates members to stay active by monitoring members' progress towards goals, submitting completed award applications immediately, and consistently recognizing member achievement. How are achievements tracked and recognized? Well, they are tracked using EasySpeak. And communication and leadership charts. The club even has paper charts. The charts, if you have never seen them, are like this. This is the communication one, shows you the members and what they have done in terms of projects and speeches they have given, and in the same way they have a leadership chart where it shows which roles have been taken by which people, so that you can easily follow up how far they are in their progress towards the results they want to achieve. There is one additional thing in EasySpeak, which is the possibility of setting up your own objectives that you want to reach. Another interesting chart is this membership campaign, which shows for each person the number of people that they brought into Toastmasters. So this is person, and these are the members that have joined because of that person bringing them in as a guest originally. And this is visitors introduced. For example, this guy has brought in 38 guests. It's an awful amount. Okay, back to our questionnaires here. The recognition part during club and business awards and recognitions are given with pins and badges given to members. For example, they have this habit of giving the half communicator badge to those people who complete their 5th project, which I find is a nice way to support people along the way there to their CC. What is the process the club uses to submit award applications? They're done online by the VPE or other officer. What does the club do well? I would say achievement recognition in general. How could they improve? Well, one thing which they are not doing and might want to try is to make an interview and publish it on the website and Facebook page to the members that reach a certain award. What can the district and I do to help improve? Well, I can offer help to assist in award recognition ceremonies. Okay. And now the last step. This step makes a lot of questions on the DCP. So you need to know how the club is doing. So visiting the club's dashboard page is absolutely important to see how they're doing. For example, with this club it's really easy because I have 9 points out of 10, so they're already president distinguished. The only point they're missing is number 4, the more advanced communicator award. So first thing I normally do, I go here and I start crossing 2 CCC awards. That's Matt, this is Matt, this is Matt, this is number 4, which is the only one which is not Matt, and the others have been met. Yes, 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 and yes. Now if you realize how many yes I've put down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is a no, 8, 9, 10. 10 yes? Oh, something wrong. It should be 9 yes and 1 no. The reason why is that there is this additional awards question, which is not one of the classical 10 DCP points, and you use it to see if there are issued any specific additional awards. And I would say no here. So for those awards which have been met, let's start giving the details about. Let's start from the 2 CC awards. They want to know the name of the persons who got the awards and when they got it. How do I find out? Well, I could ask the VPE, but normally I go on EasySpeak. I choose the communication chart, and I start taking a look at who recently got a CC. And it's easy to see because you look, for example, at this person who got the CC and you look at when the person got it. So 3rd of June 2014, this was last year. What about this one? This looks better, and you can spot it because the check marks are light green, which means it's a recently given speech, and it shows that, for example, Flavio got his CC with the last speech on the 3rd of May 2015. So here we can say Flavio, or you can write down the full name, and it was, as we said, the March 3rd, 2015. And I do the same to collect the other names. For example, this guy got his CC exactly at the meeting which I attended. And even more, there was another person who got their CC on that same date, making that visit a little bit special. You don't often get to see 2 CCs during the same night. Then the system also asked me what progress has the club made towards this goal and achieved. is my reply here. And what can the club do to meet this goal? And I will repeat achieved here. So there's nothing they really need to do. And the same applies here and here. And I'm missing one more person who got their CC here recently. Who was it? So this one is older. Maybe this one. Who was it? Oh, if you don't find it here, it could be that it's a member who has received the CC but then has not renewed. This can happen. So, need to check what is the name of the missing person here. Okay, so then one ACB, ACS or ACG award. Now I think I know who that person is because it's me. Yes, I got my ACG in okay, here, this one is not yet reached, but I know that Paula will be reaching it, and let's put as a target date the end of the month of June. She is only missing one speech. Already. Then one CL, LB, LS or DTM award, and I think this is myself, Francesco, on the 3rd of September 2014. So this is also achieved. And we also got somebody else. Let's look at leadership chart, and for example, Sometimes the system is a bit stupid and you have to fill in even fields which are not relevant. But just to be sure it doesn't stop me later, I will put it in. 4 new members. Okay, this was met, and it was met already, if I remember correctly, in the beginning, so it was. So this time, achieved. Okay, and those reached at the beginning of the year. For club officers trained, that was done. And in order to ensure officers are trained for next opportunity, sell the benefits of training received. Dual use renewal, this was already gained when the first use renewal was in by the end of September, so let's put here 9/30/2014, and that's it. Now I think we can save and continue. And we are ready to revise all our report, and it shows me there is some missing data here. Does a club actively participate in this distinguished club program? That's the only red sign I see. So let me click on the missing data, and here I am. Does the club actively participate in the distinguished club program? Yes. And at the time of the visit, I look here and I remember 27 people. Well, hopefully this has been useful, and now you have a clear idea of what is required when you fill in the area governor's visit report. It's good to know this before you actually go and visit the club, and you can collect some information in the way that it will make it easy later to fill in this report. Who reads those reports? The division governor and the district trio, the district governor, the lieutenant's governor, marketing and PR, and they will, if needed, contact you to ask for more information or to give you some additional feedback. Thank you very much. Hope you had fun and it was useful. Ciao.